Recently, I did a YouTube video saying that you can turn your student loan debt into a positive for your credit. I didn't go into great detail about it. So that's why I'm doing this video now. I had some questions about it. People messaged me, left a comment, so on and so forth. My name is Tamiya Robles. I am the credit repair expert and owner of FixMyCreditNow850.com. You have multiple trade lines on your credit report. And one of them is a student loan. It's your student loan debt. And you are either the primary account holder, you're a joint account holder, you may possibly be a co-signer. The goal is to be a primary to as many trade lines as possible. But in some cases, we have clients that don't have that much credit, or the only trade line that is available to them is negative, and that's their student loan. If you want me to go into detail what exactly a trade line is, I will. In the meantime, I'll just be very brief about it. But trade lines are basically, it's a credit account. I'm looking because I want to give you the right specific terminology for it. A trade line is a credit account listed on your credit report. Pretty basic. That's the basic, simple, generic version of it. It could be positive and it could be negative. If it's negative, then that means something like you're not paying it on time, missed payments, it's gone into collections, your utilization is high if we're referring to credit cards. All of those negatives are going to lower your credit report, your credit score. Now, if it's positive, obviously it increases. It has a positive impact on your credit score, and it will raise your credit score. So primary account holders for trade lines, it might be something as simple as you are the primary individual on your car loan. You may be the account holder for your mortgage payment. So those are considered revolving lines of credit, or revolving trade lines, as you, if you will. Your credit cards, you are the credit card is in your name. That is a primary trade line. Now, to be an authorized user, you're secondary. You're not, respectfully, as important as the primary. Okay, they are the card holder, is their account. And if you're a co-signer, or let's say if you're a co-signer, or if you are authorized user, you're not that impactful. You don't have much authority. You're second in command, so to speak. If the account is reporting negatively, it will affect you. As far as credit repair, it's easier to get you removed if you're a co-signer or if you are an authorized user, because we can simply prove and easily prove that you're not the primary on the account. The responsibility and the bulk of the responsibility always falls on the primary account holder. Now, when you have a student loan, whether it's positive or negative, it's deemed a trade line. If it belongs to you, then you are the primary account holder. Let's say, for example, you have a student loan, and let's say that it's like a 20-year student loan. There's a lot of missed payments. At one point it went into collections. You got it out of collections. It's just sometimes it's reporting, maybe the missed payments are reporting late. Like, let's say over the 20 years, it's just negatively showing information on your credit report. Therefore, it's dropping your credit score drastically. Or you have other positive accounts, but this eyesore of a negative student loan is not allowing your credit score to go past a certain number. So that is a trade line that is negatively impacting your credit score. A lot of times people want me to delete the student loan from their credit report. I understand why. I also have clients that want me to completely discharge or forget their student loan forgiven, or they want me to set them up with the IDR, income driven repayment plan. That's also pretty fine. It's okay, whatever you choose to do. However, when you schedule a consultation with me and you're explaining this to me, I'm going to tell you what all of your options are. Your options may vary based off of what your needs are, what you need credit repair for, why you need to fix your credit. What are you trying to obtain? Are you trying to get business credit? Are you just trying to purchase a home? Do you just simply want good credit? Are you trying to purchase a car? What are you trying to do in the future? I have questions. I have questions. So based off of your answer, it will determine what my response is, especially pertaining to your student loan. If you're a person that doesn't have that much credit and you're trying to build credit and you don't really qualify to be a primary account holder for anything such as credit cards, maybe a car loan, you always have to be the secondary, can only be an authorized user on credit cards, but you have this student loan that's giving you history. And as we know, having aged trade lines is very important on your credit report. So you have this old 20-year-old debt, but the student loan is reporting negatively. Okay. What I would recommend is don't delete the student loan from your credit report. Let's work on overturning the missed payments, removing any negatives on that student loan, and making that 20-year trade line a positive. Once you do that, you will see that your credit score will increase. Also, if you are trying to get business credit and you do not have a lot of primary accounts, like you have some, I wouldn't recommend that you remove your student loan, get it discharged or forgiven, use it to your benefit. Why? Because it's showing banks that, hey, this person has a positive 15, 20, 30-year student loan for X amount of dollars. Maybe your student loan is $150,000, $200,000, $600,000, right? And it's negative, you get it fixed. Now it's a positive trade line worth 150,000, 200,000, 600,000. That looks really good when you're trying to request credit on the business side. We'll see, like, hey, they'll look at your personal side to see if you qualify to be approved for a loan on the business side. And then they'll say, wow, look at that. This person has a 20-year-old trade line for X amount of money and they never missed a payment. They don't know that you fixed your credit, right? So yeah, that looks good. That's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about taking your student loan debt and making it into a positive and having it work for you. Now, if you're trying to purchase a home, student loan debt can potentially affect your debt to income ratio. I, as a credit repair specialist, do not go into your debt to income ratio. You're not trying to purchase a loan from me. So that's not my job. My job is to fix your credit, to repair, restore, build, anything ever pertaining to that avenue. But if you're purchasing a home and you're talking to a mortgage lender, they have their own needs and they may not want you to have a student loan debt reporting on your credit report at all based off of your debt to income ratio. So in that case, it would need to be deleted from your credit report. But that's something that you need to speak to your lender about. I had a situation where there was a client. Again, I don't know what her debt to income ratio is. I don't ask my clients about what their income looks like. It's literally not my business. And I have to stay in my lane. You don't want to confuse the two. You don't want to talk to your credit repair specialist and have them dig into your finances and do their debt to income ratio when your mortgage lender specializes in that and is doing it for a purpose. But I had a client that had a really perfect student loan debt for around, I do believe, 600,000. And that was phenomenal. That's what was holding up her credit score. Because it was in such good standing. Because she was trying to purchase a home, her mortgage lender wanted it removed because it was affecting her debt to income ratio for whatever reason. I don't even go into the details because I know it's a lot that I don't need to know, right? So I'm trying to make my job as easy as possible, and getting into other fields that I don't need to get into is not necessary for me because it was in such good standing. And I knew that this woman wanted business credit after she purchased her home. She needed that $600 trade line to remain on her credit report so she can get a lot of money on the business side. But her lender insisted that no, it needed to come off. So I had to get it off. It was very difficult. Anytime you have a positive account or a positive trade line, it's very difficult to get it off because it's helping you. And especially if they're reporting correctly and there's no flaws, it's very rare that people want something positive that's helping their credit report, or their credit score to be removed. But in this case, I had to work some magic, and it was not an overnight process, but I did get it removed. But then, like I said, she's going to need business credit, and that would have really helped her. Lastly, another reason why you may not want to remove or delete or forgive, discharge your student loan debt is because, in a nutshell, that could be the only thing holding up your credit score or giving you any sort of credit. Let's say you do have a student loan on your credit report, and this is a debt that is the only thing that's positive, or out of everything, all the negatives and positives on your credit report, this is the biggest positive on your credit report. That you have smaller trade lines that might be positive or in good standing, what have you. But then you do have some negatives that are like holding you down just a little bit, but you're focused on getting rid of the student loan debt from your credit report. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would just keep that, make it into a positive if there's any missed payments, because as you know, missed payments are really hitting now. They're making people's credit score drop more than ever. But if you need to just fix it up, clean it up, cool. But I would recommend keeping that positive trade line, because you've now overturned your student loan to a positive trade line, but then focusing on getting rid of the negative accounts on your credit report. And once the negatives are removed, then again, you will see your score increase. Keep in mind, your credit profile overall is about averages. So keeping the math simple, if you have a lot of negatives and some positives, then you're going to have a low credit score. If you have more positive than you have negative accounts, then you will have a positive credit score. If it's kind of like 50-50, then your credit score is probably fair or in the middle or on the low side. So whenever you want to fix your credit, and you're looking to get your credit score, I don't know, you want it to shoot up quickly, look at the accounts that are negative and look at the ones that are easier to fix and repair, and then your score will go up, and then you start chipping away at the hard stuff. But, do whatever technique fits you best, but overall your credit profile is based on averages. That's why I'm stating use your student loan debt as a positive. Now, I understand some people are like, I have way too many missed payments. I have way too many. It's too messy. It's just easy to delete. That could be possible. But one of the things you could do to quickly, I'm talking about within 30 days to get it fixed, is to get under an income-driven repayment plan. Don't delete it. Don't get rid of it. Let the IDR fix your issue for you. And now you're going to have a positive trade line within 30 days, which means your credit score is going to increase. All right. Or it should increase depending on what's on your credit profile. So again, if you want me to go into trade lines, I did a video on it before. I'll link it at the end of this video. But if you want me to go into further detail about your trade lines and you want me to get really technical with it, just leave a comment, say something, message me like y'all been doing, calling me, emailing me, whatever, and just let me know. Hey, could you talk more about trade lines? And I'll definitely do that. But in the meantime, I'll put the link below and I'll attach it to this video, what I've done as far as trade lines are concerned. And I've also gone into detail. Mind you, it's an oldie but goodie, but the facts are still the same. All right. Other than that, I look forward to talking to you guys and see you in the next video.